Welcome back to the McLaren F1 22 driver career. You join us here as we're about to head to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Not far, of course, from our last destination, which was Belgium, where we were fortuitously, in similar circumstances to Baku, gifted a victory. But we've inadvertently, accidentally, somehow managed to find ourselves in a title challenge, or at least in the picture, thanks to the bug in Azerbaijan that replicated itself in Belgium with the changeable conditions where they change for the same tyre before then changing again the very next lap for the tyre that they actually need. Frustrating. Hopefully that bug isn't in 23. And Austria, we were also kind of helped by a bug where Lewis Hamilton was on the pit straight, not moving, rather than in the pits as he should have been, and Perez, who didn't avoid him as he should have done, just drove straight into the back of him. So the Canadian podium was legitimate. And hopefully we can do well here in the Netherlands as well. The car is getting better, and we're still the fourth best team on track. We'll see as we get to the Netherlands if that's changed at all. And we're praying for, well, just consistent conditions. Hopefully a fully dry weekend. If not, a fully wet weekend, because if there is, it is a fully dry race, thank the Lord. So, no issues with anything with regards bugs for tyre changes in the race. And qualifying is starting wet and then drying up for Q3, which hopefully we will make this time, after, of course, getting caught out by the weather and some damage to the underfloor in Belgium. Right, have a quick check of the R&D progress. We are still the fourth fastest team. You see that Alfa Romeo actually have jumped up a place as well and are closing in. Mercedes have levelled off, and ourselves, Red Bull, Ferrari and Alpine all slightly improving a little bit. Right, we'll go to the Netherlands and hopefully have a decent Grand Prix. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save, of course, and looking forward to 23 My Team when it comes. And for now, we'll just go to the beach. Decent point haul, about 1,200 resource points there. It takes us up to 3,108. But whilst it seems like a lot of resource points, it's actually not that large amount of resource points when you've got things that are costing 1,500 or 1,600 resource points a time at the moment. Doing it in one season is, or trying to advance the car as much as possible in just one season is a challenge. We have certainly done that, though, to the best of our ability so far. Now we need to be at the best of our ability in the pouring rain here. Full wets, certainly, here at the beach. Time to go swimming. So we started on wets in Q1. It has transitioned to inters as it did in Belgium. Only this time we've been able to deal with it and be ready for it. And we are through, I think, second. Yes, we are through. Although that is not going to be reflective of our overall pace come the end of Q3 when it's dry. It may even be dry at the end of Q2 as well. 1:19.7. I was very close to George Russell, but the Ferrari and the Red Bull will both be very, very quick in the next couple of sessions. Okay, so we end and do a 112.3, which is good enough for P3 at the minute, but we expect there's a number of cars behind us going faster as Checo goes significantly faster in P1. P8 and through in that qualifying session. George Russell is my rival at the minute, so I don't think I'll be finishing ahead of him anytime soon. But in Q3, aiming for a top 7, maybe? Top 7? It's going to be about 7th or 8th, I think. It is 8th, I think. I might just pipped Lewis Hamilton to 8th place. I did indeed. So we have a fast starting Mercedes behind us. And we will be on the 4th row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on the 4th row. Maths. Lando was 3/10 faster than me, basically, give or take. 1:11.5 is what Charles was able to put in. I don't know if I had more than a 1:12 in me throughout the course of the weekend so far. Hard to tell, because in quali, that was the fastest we'd gone. So, P8, but hoping to move forward, but with the lack of race pace we have as a team at the minute compared to the front runners, not expecting to finish any higher than 6th. But we'll give it a damn good go, and if there's some retirements in there, then that might give us a helping hand as well. Entirely dry Grand Prix, though. The grid, I don't believe, will look any different. There might be some penalties in there, but it should just be a P8 starting spot for us. We shouldn't have to take any more penalties for the rest of the season because of the misfortune of Belgium, but at the same time we've actually benefited from it, and we have benefited here from a penalty to someone as well, because we'll be starting P7 and on the racing line, as it's Max Verstappen that takes a big penalty down to 14th. That's fine. So expecting Lewis to go past us, expecting Max to go past us as well, but Max might take a little bit longer. It's not a great track for overtaking here at Zandvoort. Race director-wise, some on mediums, some on softs. Fuel-wise, I'm sure I don't need nearly 4 laps worth of extra fuel, do I? Soft, medium is what they reckon I can do. And significantly faster as well, because my tyres will last a bit better. In which case, do I go medium, soft? I think I might. Oh god. Hello, Fernando. Just doing a casual burnout, son. Don't mind me. Parked ourselves up with warm tyres, not smashing into Fernando Alonso on the way onto the grid. 5 lights, and we're off. Managed to avoid wheel spin, and we're away well. I'm worried about hitting someone here or getting hit. Hold it all the way around the outside, and we're away, and we're still in P7, and Esteban Ocon has jumped up the inside of Lewis Hamilton, although he will now have the inside line for this next turn. I'm going to try the Lando Norris line around the outside, which isn't going to work. But on acceleration in traction zones, we're decent. Top end wise, because of the extra downforce we're running, we're not quite there, but hopefully with good ERS management, we should be good. Lando into P4 now, which is a good start from him. Hopefully I can stay with those in front. Lando being at the front of that group in front will hopefully keep them slow and keep them honest with us, and then when we switch to soft tyres later, hopefully we can do really well. I'd be delighted with anything above where we are now, but I certainly think we might be able to do something on strategy to finish above where we are now. The thing I'm worried about now is fuel. Well, not worried about, unsure about. We know the tyres will last. Just don't know how much fuel we've got. The fact that we want nearly 4 laps worth of extra fuel is just really strange. I don't think we're that heavy on fuel. Lando's actually dropping George Russell on his mediums. I don't know whether George made a mistake somewhere, or whether Lando's just got the edge on him on the softer compound. But we're holding position quite well so far. So I will start to, whilst I can in these early stages, tucked up behind people, I will start to fuel save a little bit. Max Verstappen's made his way up to 9th from 14th already. He's on softs, but with Lewis in front of him, he's not going to find it easy to get past the Mercedes, that's for sure. If I can get a run on Fernando, I'll try and get a run on him, but I think in the majority of the key areas at the minute with him on those soft tyres, he's going to have the edge on us. But as soon as those soft tyres start to go off, that's when we might be able to take advantage. When Alonso pits for new tyres, I'd like to think I can keep up with George and hang on to the back of him. George is definitely holding Fernando up here, though. There's no question of that. Lewis and Verstappen fighting, I think, because they've dropped to 2.5 back now. The detection point for DRS is just around here, so I'm going to have to make sure that I've always got enough battery to get myself within DRS range of them for that. You're right, one of the AlphaTauris has pit. That was for front wing damage. Yuki Tsunoda pit on lap 1 for front wing damage. I can't consistently bang in lap after lap after lap after lap. I do make mistakes. Now the soft-tired runners are probably going to be pitting about lap 17-ish. Lewis is more concerned about Verstappen at the minute, I think, behind him than he is myself. 17.1 is a terrible lap. Fernando's just out of DRS range of George Russell now. Maybe those soft tyres are starting to complain a little bit. Leclerc's in the pits. Okay, so some of the soft runners are pitting now. Charles Leclerc the first to bite the bullet.
You've lost some time to the car behind.
Charles Leclerc pitting from first place, switching to mediums after just 14 laps. So both Mercedes on the medium tyre. Sergio Perez has gone 1 lap more. It's strange to see Verstappen get the pit stop sooner than Sergio Perez, considering Perez has on-track position, but evidently Red Bull prioritising Max to try and get him through the field quicker than Checo, who is currently running, or was running P2, now running P1, obviously. But he'll pit next lap, or this lap even. And then Sergio will be in as well, and then it will just be us medium runners that are hanging out front. Esteban Ocon still there in P5. Nearly got a memorable pole position at Monaco earlier this afternoon as we record this. The qualifying session was just insane. I'd go as far as to maybe say it was the best one that I've ever watched. And Charles Leclerc is right behind Esteban Ocon now and pushing. You don't save much, don't lose much for a pit stop here. Leclerc passed Ocon and they're back linked, so we're up to P2 currently. Ruining Lewis Hamilton's race. Charles Leclerc being stuck behind myself and Lewis is going to have a massive effect on his overall race pace. Charles Leclerc's race is actually genuinely being ruined at the minute by being stuck behind myself and Lewis. And we're not pitting at all. We're planning on pitting for another 17 laps or so. We're only halfway through our current stint. So going soft first and then getting stuck behind some of these medium runners is evidently not the way forward for Charles Leclerc. He'll save a little bit at the end of the straight if I'm not in a straight battle with Lewis. Max Verstappen fastest lap of the race on his new, presumably soft tyres. Are they going maybe soft, medium, soft? Oh no, Max has gone soft. Oh no, Max did go soft, medium. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly have gone soft, soft. So there are 3 different strategy plans at play at the minute in the field. 3 different ways that teams have decided would be the fastest way to get to the end. Which is intriguing. I do like that tactical variety. That's one of the better new features that has been added to the game in recent times. Yeah, Sainz, check. Oh, Lewis is going for it. Again, though, I'm going to have the inside line for this corner. It's not really the place to try and overtake Lewis, if we're honest. He'll now have the inside line here on Leclerc. Although it looks like Charles Leclerc's got better traction. The Ferrari looks like it may well be through against the Mercedes. Lewis will still have the inside line to turn 1. It's just a case of who's braver.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.
And the answer looks like it might be Lewis. But now Charles Leclerc will have the inside line for a couple of turns. Charles is just through. Lewis Hamilton down to P4. Charles Leclerc back up to P3 on his way to try and regain the lead after his pit stop. And at the minute, I don't think there's much I can do against him. I'm able to keep a Mercedes that's on the same tyre life as me behind, but a Ferrari in general, let alone a Ferrari with much fresher tyres, I think that's a battle that I'm not even close to even being on par with him, let alone in front. I'll try a little bit to keep him behind, but I don't know as it's a fight worth fighting, if you know what I mean. A fight worth taking. Still got at least another 10 laps to go on this medium set. Charles Leclerc is still going to be furious behind the wheel of his car.
Be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Charles having a look. I'm trying to leave him racing room. Charles Leclerc's got me. Do have DRS though, and Lewis is pitting. That's an early stop if it's tactical. That's a very early stop for Lewis off those mediums. I've been intrigued to know if maybe he got some front wing damage behind Charles Leclerc or battling with Carlos Sainz. I'm not sure. But now having DRS or Charles Leclerc, at least for half of that, might help me battle against the undercut from Lewis. Does look like it's only going to be for about half a lap though. Russell's in the pits as well this lap, so that leads me to believe that it was tactical from Mercedes to pit Lewis when they did. And now look at if you look at the snake in front of Lewis on track, Lewis Hamilton is right behind Gasly, Ocon, Alonso, Mick and Kevin Magnussen. These guys are all stuck behind the Haas that haven't yet pit on those mediums. Also worth pointing out, Lewis and George are going medium, not medium soft. So the Mercedes is quite hard on its tyres and won't be able to run medium soft. They're having to go medium soft. So Charles Leclerc leading the Grand Prix again. Now I'm the odd one out of this lot though. It's me and the Hasses. That was terrible. Got up on the curb, put me in a terrible position, and Carlos Sainz is going to take advantage of that. That's a mistake that sees me down to P3. Checo and Lando right behind. Right now, it's the Ferrari's race to lose.
The car ahead is a second a lap faster than you.
Now Checo's having a look. He's hit me, Sergio Perez. Still alongside, he's now just dropped behind. He made some contact with me there, Checo. Ran into me. Charles Leclerc has decided he just wants to bugger off. And a lot of defending in this Grand Prix so far, haven't we? I'm very much hoping to be doing some attacking later in the race. Because I'm not very good at defending. I'm not great at attacking either, but I'd rather be doing the attacking than the defending. Really surprised at the Mercedes going medium soft. I would have thought the Mercedes would have been good enough on its tyres to not need to run a second set of mediums, unless they feel like the wear on the softs is going to be so high that even if they'd run two sets of softs, they're actually faster regardless of tyre wear on two sets of mediums.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window. You're going to be on softs.
Checo's having a look. We've had many a man have a look at us into turn one and stay behind throughout the course of this Grand Prix. Checo is not the first, and nor probably will he be the last either, to try and fail to take me at turn one. It is a difficult track for overtaking, which is only working in our favour at this stage. Later in the race, I might be a bit annoyed at that, but we'll wait and see.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Okay. They want me to go all the way to lap 44
Got that confirmed.
on this set and do a one stop. Wow. The team reckon my tyres could do another 12 laps and we could do a one stop. And I guess whilst I'm still in front of Checo and Norris, I might as well try it.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
I was planning on trying to extend a little bit anyway. And whilst I'm still in a podium position, why not? We just said it's difficult to overtake around here. And if we can just defend for our lives and try and not make any mistakes, like we did to let Carlos Sainz through, then maybe we can pull out the most defensive masterclass you've ever seen. Apart from maybe something that, ironically, Sergio Perez might have pulled out in real life. And get a podium out of this Dutch Grand Prix. Russell is now right behind Lando as well. But we are frustrating the heck out of a number of other drivers at the minute, and have done for the whole race. So Leclerc pitting again on lap 39. They're going to go to mediums, I think. Leclerc now having done a soft medium. It's my fastest lap of the race.
You should be feeling the effects of some tyre wear soon, so stay on your toes.
Yeah, you're telling me. We're still grinding though. Lap 40 now. 50 to 55% wear on my tyres. Carlos Sainz in the pits as well. We're going to be leading the Grand Prix in a moment.
Sainz is in the pits.
Lando's in as well, as is George Russell.
Lando's coming in for his stop now.
Checo just ran into the back of me and has lost his front wing. Sergio Perez might have just ruined his whole race. Hopefully he's done no damage to my car. I don't think so, but to show you that on the replay. Sergio Perez here into turn 1 is going to go wide and then just run into the back of my car. Thankfully I haven't gotten a puncture, but that is Sergio Perez's race effectively ruined, surely. And it's going to, whilst George finds it hard to overtake, because as we say, it's a difficult track to overtake at, it's going to earn me a bit of a reprieve behind as well for a lap or two. Because we're in the tight and twisty section where George isn't going to get the chance to overtake. He will do if he hasn't already by the time we get to this DRS section here, but I've earned an extra 2 seconds behind. That might have made our Grand Prix, you know. Sergio Perez running into the back of me. Mistake from Sergio. I didn't do anything there. I was literally just braking in a straight line and he's turned in on me. And he's not been able to get past George until at least now when Checo comes into pit.
You're going to be on softs. Gap to your teammate behind is 19.1 seconds.
So whilst that's the case, and I've got a bit more time behind me, I don't know whether to extend a bit further maybe. I still don't know if we're actually going to get anything decent from this Grand Prix. But we're trying the elongated, very elongated one stop to perhaps get something. There is yellow flags on the main straight. Someone is retiring, and I would love a safety car. I don't think we're going to get one. Not sure who it is. It's Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher's out.
Caution, caution.
At the end of the straight here, he's just pulled off to the left-hand side, Mick Schumacher. There he is up in that escape road at the top. That won't be a safety car, frustratingly. I could have done with saving the fuel, then I could have whacked on a set of soft tyres and tried to go to the end on them, and maybe held on to P1. I might try and extend a couple more, maybe. Just worried about the softs not lasting on me. If we can do 44 laps on mediums, then surely we can do 28 laps on softs. Says I'll come out 7th. He's going to be behind Sergio Perez, I think. Or maybe because Lando's in there. It'll be between the two Red Bulls, I think. Oh, our one and only somehow pit stop. Expecting to come out between the Red Bulls.
And the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Save me a little bit of fuel in there, but not too much.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
We are indeed coming out between the Red Bulls. So we're P7 with fresh softs on. Trying to earn now as many positions back as we can and then hold on to them for the next 27 laps. This is probably going to be easier said than done, but we'll give it a go. Whilst also, if I can, fuel saving a little bit. So I need to use all of my remaining fuel to catch up to those in front so I can sit in front of them to fuel save, effectively, is what we're hoping to do. I don't know. What we do know is we're going to get the fastest lap of the race. Right, hopefully no one beats that at 1:13.325. I used up a lot of battery there just to try and get as fast a lap as possible.
Car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Definitely faster than Checo. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know how much fuel saving I need to do. I don't know whether I'd be better off staying behind in DRS for a bit to fuel save and then going for it, but I also need the tyres to last, and if I'm sat in dirty air, then my tyres aren't going to last, are they? If I'm sat at dirty air going slower than I ordinarily would do, then maybe they will. I don't know. All we know is we have got DRS now on the two in front. But because it's two rather than one, getting past is actually going to be quite difficult. Lando's done a great job there, though. And is doing a fantastic, superbly executed defensive drive as well. And he is a very good defensive driver, Lando Norris. Hello, gents. No. I'm going to have to try and pick them off one at a time. Oh, and if I can get better traction around there than Max, I could maybe get him at that turn. Because they're faster than me in a straight line, this is going to be tough. P4 is maybe a possibility for us. P5 certainly. P4 maybe. There's the Mercedes. It's not that far from Lando to Lewis Hamilton. Hi, Max. Excuse me. Thank you. One. But I have used a lot of fuel in trying to get through there. Lando, this is for the team, pal. You need to move over, but also not let Max in the way. Not let Max through. I should be able to comfortably do to Lando what I did to Max. And it's just a case of, can I catch Lewis before I need to save fuel or my tyres start to go? Sorry, Lando, I'm going to get you, pal.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done.
I hope I'm going to get him anyway. Fresh tyres or fresh air tyres, that's P5. Right. Now I want to get Lewis before my tyres go, and or I need to fuel save. I don't know. I don't think these tyres will last, you know. Nicholas, if you want to give me DRS, mate, that'd be lovely. And I think I'm going to get DRS off Nicholas Latifi. I might. I am getting DRS off Nicholas Latifi. You beauty, Nicholas. Thank you. I think the tyres are past their best. Catching Lewis isn't a possibility, I don't think. I'm going to need to have to fuel save and tyre save and try and make it to the end on this set for a P5 and 6 for the team. Catching Lewis is a pipe dream. We're going to try and hold position. Now a safety car would be lovely. I've gone from desperately wanting one to desperately not wanting one to now desperately wanting one again. Lewis is pitting.
The McLaren driver's stopping now.
No, it's Mercedes, mate. Lewis pit. I don't know whether he had damage from taking a back marker, but Lewis Hamilton has pit from P4. We've been gifted an extra position, and now we're trying to hold on for an even better finish for McLaren here. It could be a P4 and 5. If the two McLarens can hold off the two Red Bulls, then it would be a momentous day for us here in the orange of the Netherlands to beat the Dutch driver. Sorry, Max. We have an added incentive now of even more World Championship points. Must have been for wing damage, surely. No, it's just a genuine stop for tyre wear. Lewis didn't. I thought Lewis got down. Oh, of course he'd done mediums. He hadn't used his soft tyres yet. It hadn't occurred to me that Lewis still had another stop left. Russell needs to pit as well. How far is Russell ahead? 13 seconds. We might be on for a podium, gents.
And gap to the car in front is 12.
If tyres and fuel allow, we are on for a P3. Russell in the pits now. It's happening. The fastest lap point is a goner, but...
There appears to be an issue. We're currently
No!
investigating.
What? Don't tell me about an issue now. Not when a podium's right there for me to get. I can't believe it. How is your luck? What's the issue? Tell me.
Okay, it's not good news, I'm afraid. Seems like an engine issue.
Oh man, an engine issue. It cost us in a previous Grand Prix at Silverstone from challenging for our best possible position. We have a podium on the line here, and we've an engine issue to contend with. We know it's difficult to overtake here. We've said it numerous times, but if I am down on power down the main straight, there is no way in hell I keep the two behind me. We just have to... Oh, man, you are kidding me. How down on power am I? I'm running out of fuel as well. Running out of power and needing to fuel save for 13 laps. No, not happening. That's heartbreaking. It's not forcing a retirement at least, so we should still get some points today. But how many? I really don't know. I don't know if the engine can fix itself, Tamiku. I don't think so. Try my best to fuel save as best I can. Trying to save...
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, and I've got 4 laps of race remaining, mate, and I'm having to save fuel at every given opportunity. I'm like delaying getting on the throttle on almost every apex. Trying desperately to avoid low fuel mode at the end of the race. I don't know how many cars we've got behind us. 5, I think. Both Red Bulls, both Mercedes, and my teammate. And we are now into the negative.
Our gap to the car in front is 19.6 seconds.
Oh no, Lando. I defended the position and Lando's made a mistake. That might cost not only him but me too. It's one thing keeping a McLaren behind you. It's another as he locked up. Oh, Lando. George ran into Checo though. George ran into Perez there. So that George might have some damage. I don't know. Lando's still trying to hold on in front of the other Red Bull. I don't know whether George has damage or not. All I know is I need to save fuel. I need to save...
Leclerc's taken the lead.
What? No, Leclerc was always in the lead. What are you talking about? Oh, keeping Lando behind was one thing, but to keep George behind is quite another. Not entirely too sure how I do that. Other than getting very, very tactful on the apexes of slow corners. A 0.8 second gap to George, so I am going to fuel save as much as I can. 60% worn front tyres. George and Verstappen battling hard behind me, and I need that to continue to happen if I'm to somehow make my fuel last to the end of the race. Verstappen is now past George Russell. Max is up to P4. I'm trying. Oh God. If I lose a podium because I haven't been able to save enough fuel, I'll be gutted. We've defended for our lives throughout this Grand Prix. Regardless of what the end result is, it's definitely my best defensive performance of my entire career. And I put that, not just this McLaren career, I put that my entire Formula 1 game playing career. As it stands, we'd go into low fuel power mode now. I need to save so much fuel on this lap.
Okay, this is your final lap.
Going defensive.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.9 seconds.
Oh God, Max is right on me. I tried to save as much fuel as I could on that first corner by pushing him wide as well. It's this straight where I lose loads of fuel as well. Quite thirsty down here. Do not go into low fuel power mode, please, for the love of God. Trying to just take it slow around apexes. Max is going to dive for it here, and he's not done it. He backed out. Now George is getting slidey behind as well.
Less than 1 lap
Charles Leclerc.
now, the tank's pretty much empty.
Charles Leclerc wins the Grand Prix. I hope I've saved enough fuel to pull this off. Max Verstappen, I'm going to go defensive here. He's going to go for it, Max. I am going to have the inside line. I think we've done it with regards Max, but what about the fuel? I'm delaying putting my foot down just to try and avoid going to low fuel power mode at the end. I'm going to power with my battery to the line. Can we do it? Yes! The best defensive drive I have ever put in a Formula 1 car in my life.
Good job.
A one-stop at Zandvoort. Drive of the day, Max Verstappen. To be fair, P14 to P4 is a great drive from Max. But I think I deserve driver of the day there. On the podium in the Netherlands. We might have been gifted some results this season by bugs in game, but that was earned. Yes, it was track specific. It really helps that there's not many places to overtake at all at Zandvoort, but we still had to do a lot of... And look at the damage on the side of my car. We had to do a lot of defensive driving there. And fuel save. I was fuel saving from about lap 30. Somehow, even with that damage to my car, we managed to pull it off. If you haven't dropped this video a like already, I think you should. I think I earned it. If you haven't subscribed already, I think you should. I think I earned it. A Ferrari 1-2 in the Netherlands. Max can't get himself up onto the third step because we held on. And breathe. My voice needs a rest. My car needs a rest. I got the fastest lap, apparently, as well. I thought one of the... I was sure one of the Mercedes would get that, switching to soft tyres at the end. Lando finished 8th in the end. He was running P4 behind me and he bottled it with 3 laps to go. I didn't bottle it. And we get the fastest lap as well. I'm 43 points off the lead of the championship. Are we in the battle? Probably not. Could we finish top 3? Absolutely. And that goes for the Constructors' Championship as well. We should be making some advancements with the car as we push towards the next Grand Prix, which is Monza, which is not going to be great for us as a car at all, because rather evidently, we don't have much straight line speed. But if we keep our fingers crossed, we might be able to pull off some results in Singapore, in the United States, in Mexico. Mexico's always a good track for me. Another 500 resource points there. We've got a marketing event. I'll just ignore. We won't look, not that I need the money, but we'll keep the money. So I've got some stuff to add on. Question is, where do I add it? We're currently doing the side pod profile there. I can't do the DRS activation until we've done that side pod. Currently doing the weight distribution there. I'm tempted to do the weight reduction here as well for 1700 because that's just going to take us a significant step forward. Engine power I can't do anymore. ERS I could maybe do a bit. Fuel efficiency. I took a lot of fuel out of that last Grand Prix. That was my fault for taking too much fuel out. I'm going to do the weight reduction. It will be done before Singapore, which will help us be nimble around the streets, we hope. And then I'm just going to have to save. I do want to do the DRS activation next So I'm going to save, and that will definitively be my next upgrade. But it's Monza next. Thank you very much for watching this YouTube video. Do subscribe to the channel, like I say, if you haven't yet. There is some F123 content on the way before launch to this channel. So keep your eyes peeled for it. I will, of course, let you know on social media and on stream when it's coming to you. We also will be recording it on stream as well. So do follow the link in the description to my Twitch page if you'd like to watch that live, or alternatively wait for the videos. That is all from me for now. I've got a lot of editing to do and some dinner to eat and a voice to rest. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.